St Blazy to Fowey.
Okay.
Okay, and after its closure in 1968, the track then was converted into a road for the lorries, obviously, to carry the China Clay to reach the Fowey docks. Alright? What else can I tell you? This is not all in the right order here.
It used to be covered with sea too one time.
Really serious. Yeah, it's a lovely view, isn't it? Yeah.
There were
The railway was run by the Cornwall Mineral Railways, and when that closed in 1968, the work on the conversion started immediately, and there were 5 bridges and 13 overpasses that needed attention, and also cuttings had to be widened to provide the 2-lane road which we've got now, which we're on, and a new bridge over the Fowey Road at Polmere, which we will be going over very, very shortly. And also there were traffic lights that needed to be put in for the tunnel itself, and I'll tell you more about the tunnel in a minute. Okay. Right, we're about to go over the new bridge. We're about to go over the new bridge. Okay. Now. Alright. Now, in a minute, if you look up to your left, just get past these trees, you'll see Trinaithan Manor, and it's up slightly ahead and to our left, up on the hill. And Trinaithan Manor was built on the estate of Great Pinnock in 1872 by an Italian architect commissioned by Garibaldi. And apparently it was his way of saying thank you to Colonel Peard, or Perd, for his part in Garibaldi's Italian campaign, which I know nothing about. But anyway, Colonel Peard or Perd lived at Penquite Gallant first, and then it became a youth hostel. Hello? Oh, the gate. Aha, yes. So Colonel Perd or Peard lived at Penquite near Gallant. On his death in 1891, Bishop Gott, third Bishop of Truro, bought the house, and it remained a bishop's palace for 15 years. And he brought some very magnificent items up to Trinaithan, one of which was the chandelier, which is now in the entrance hall, which, according to one local, he actually half-inched from Truro Cathedral. Now, you never know with these stories whether they're true or not, but the chandelier is certainly there, and it was one that was formerly in Truro Cathedral. Now, Gott Hall in Parr was obviously, Gott Hall behind, or in front of, no, behind Good Shepherd Church, was obviously named after Bishop Gott. So Trinaithan is the big white house, which you can't see at the moment, which should be on our left in a minute. For 50 years after the Gott family left Trinaithan, it was bought by Great Western Railway and used as a convalescent home, a railway convalescent home. And a local paper at the time reported Trinaithan, the 7th Railwaymen's Convalescent Home, was opened by Viscount Churchill chairman of the Great Western Railway, and it had accommodation for 85 men, and you can see it up to your left now through the trees. So when this was a railway line, oh, it's a pheasant. When this was a railway line with the old steam trains going on it, it was only a single track, so everything's obviously had to be widened to take 2 lorries. But the tunnel is still a single track tunnel. Now there are 2 estates of land to the right of the tunnel, and they were farms and they've been now turned into holiday lets, and that's Little Pinnock and Great Pinnock. Great Pinnock's been a farm for about 700 years, and it stands in 8 acres. But everything up there now has been totally renovated and used as holiday lets. And at Little Pinnock, there are 12 acres of land and 3 self-catering cottages. And the old house dates back to the 13th century. So there's an old house, long house, and another house called Pella. Now the tunnel was obviously named after these 2 estates called Pinnock, and sometimes it's called the Great Pinnock Tunnel, and sometimes it's just called the Pinnock Tunnel. The tunnel was bored through solid granite, so you can imagine how difficult it was to build. And as I said before, it's the longest tunnel in Cornwall. Yeah.
Must have been a few kills of the old dynamite.
If you look up above the entrance, you'll see two ventilation shafts. They used to be able to close the door there and get rid of all the diesel fumes and what have you from the tunnel. There was a grand opening of the tunnel on the 11th of June in 1874, and they had to employ a station master at Fowey and one at Parr, and from that date Fowey Docks was served by 2 unconnected railway lines, one line from Loswithiel and the Cornwall Mineral line from Parr to Blazy. At one point they changed, because the gauges were different, a new broad gauge track was laid to connect the Great Western Railway main line in 1879. There was eventually a railway connecting Fowey through St Blazy and Parr to Newquay, and the initial service, there was about 2 trains a day between Fowey and Newquay, and it took about 1.5 hours to cover the 26 miles. Now the climb to the Pinnock Tunnel from Fowey was about 1 in 40, and the gradient down to par from the tunnel was 1 in 49. And the tunnel has a steady inflow of water, although the lining was added. I was told there used to be 2 water cundies, he called them, to deal with the water, but some bright spark said that they should be filled in, and consequently the water pushed some of the bricks out, so hence the need for the lining. Okay, that was from a guy that worked around here. There's one ventilated shaft that was 100 yards from the east end, near a clapper gong that warned crew of the imminent sharp change of gradient. Now the construction of the haul road itself required 18,000 tons of hardcore to widen the embankments and 15,000 tons of tarmac to do the resurfacing. And those doors that I pointed out at the other end as we came in were closed at weekends to allow suction fans above the entrance to clear the diesel fumes. As you can see, it's quite a long tunnel. It's 5/8 of a mile, 5/8 of a mile long, which is 1,000, I've lost it. 1,173 yards long. Okay. The tunnel is also being used as a filming location for Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy TV series. I don't know whether anyone saw it. And it was completed in 1876. And at one end, I'm not sure which end, whether it's this end or the other end, it's got the watering tank. I think it's the other end actually. Possibly the other end. We're now coming into the part that leads towards Fowey. So going past Pennytinny, or Penventimue as it is spelled. What a wonderful sight, all those lovely primroses along the side. Isn't that wonderful? I think it must be spring. Although I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, the horse is lovely too.
Right, there's obviously people that know more about the tunnel and the road than I do, but I've just given you sort of like a brief little idea. But there are books on the subject, and obviously it's on the internet in various places. That's about all I know about it, I'm afraid.
Horse as well.
We're just coming into the outskirts of Fowey now. If you look up above and see all those buildings up in front of us, up on the hill, when I was a kid, I mean, that was just fields, nothing else there apart from fields. When my mum was alive, she said that she did travel on this when it was steam trains going from Fowey to St Blasey. I've only ever done the steam train from Fowey to Lostwithiel or whatever, or the other way round. Oh dear, red traffic lights. That's interesting. Yes.
Wow, I'll just
Hey!
you down.
That going over us there must be Penny Tilly Lane, I would think. Some of the trains had to go through the tunnel backwards so that the drivers wouldn't suffocate with all the steam and the fumes and everything. I forgot to tell you that bit.
We found the Ordnance Survey. When you look at your Ordnance Survey, you know, the railway, when it was a railway, like it's a railway line.
I just caught a whiff of the wild garlic. There's loads and loads and loads of wild garlic around at the moment. We've got the thermals on, it's quite chilly, isn't it? Right, so we're just reaching the point now where Brian is going to have to turn the train around. And then we go back again.
Give it a different way around.
Whee!
Oh, that was nice.
And obviously ahead of us there is Fowey Library.
Yeah, had enough.
Yeah, we've got somebody with a card.
We're losing some passengers
Thank you
here.
very much. Yeah, it's very nice, very enjoyable.
Thank you very much, folks.
Never knew it existed. We'll have to let you.
Never left.
Anybody want to spread out a bit?
Yeah. I'll swap in there, I think. Oh, cool. If that was you, I'll just kick then.
I'm going to take a break and some water
Yeah, but the other one. If the other side will do like Jill, I think these like stayed like this one because they were doing the other one. When we do the bike rides, that's what we do. Oh. They don't normally change when we're doing the bike ride. Yeah.
No, separate.